chest expander training, all I can say is really limited to your imagination. It's that simple. Hi everybody, GoldenEraBookworm here, and today we're going to look at the 101 ways that we can use a chest expander. Well, one of the most common questions I get regarding chest expander training is, well, most people know how to use them for things like pull aparts and, deltoid pressing and even triceps extensions of different varieties. But beyond exercises for the deltoids, for the back, that is the upper back, and for the triceps, most people don't really know how to use a chest expander to train the rest of the body. So in this video, we're going to look at the different ways that you can use a chest expander to train the entire body. Now, we're also going to be looking at different prototypes that Robert Baraban has designed. And most of you know that I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to old school training. And believe me when I say I've looked at tens if not hundreds of different chest expander routines from all the champions of the past. And what I noticed was that these guys had really wonderful ideas as to how to use the chest expander to train the entire body. So I was helping Robert to produce many of these prototypes. I helped him with the design. I gave him all these ideas of how to make this chest expander training much more versatile based on all of these old school techniques and equipment. And so after Robert Baraban consulted with me, we've come out with a lot of these prototypes, and you're going to be seeing these prototypes in this video. And what you're going to see is me actually testing them. And at the end of the day, what we want is to hear feedback from you guys. What do you like? What don't you like? And let us know. And of course, the whole idea is to help you try and get the most out of your chest expander training to train your entire body. So let's get into it. Now, this power rack attachment, which was developed by Robert Baraban, allows one to clamp carabiners from the chest expander springs onto your power rack, or any overhang really, overhanging post or whatever it is, to perform lat pull downs or triceps extensions. And you can even extend the length of the spring by adding a chain, depending on the exercise you wish to perform, which adds versatility to the use of the chest expander. So for training the chest, it's very easy. If you have a way of clamping the springs onto some uprights like this, then you're pretty much set, because you're going to have a horizontal press station. I've just done that, and I'll show you what I've done. Essentially, I've used the carabiners to attach these springs to these uprights, where you can use, for example, Robert Baraban's clamp adapter, or any hook. Any hook indeed will work. And you've got a chest press station. Now you can go neutral grip, you can go pronated, and you can obviously add or decrease the resistance as you see fit. You can also change the angles. If you have an incline bench, you can line back on that, and now you're performing incline presses. If you go decline, you can just press downwards and work the decline. You can also perform flies. Again, at different angles, increasing, decreasing the resistance. So as you can see, the chest expander, given the right adaptation, can be used effectively for training the entire chest. Now, just to show you my setup, you can see that I've used these kind of securing pieces that come with my power rack, attached a chain, the spring, and a handle. And it's that simple to set up a chest press station. with the chest expander. Okay, so Robert Baraban's clamp adapter for a rack or for an overhead pole really shines when it comes to lat pull downs and basically just working the back, working the arms. And for example, if you want to perform lat pull downs, again, like I showed before, you simply clamp 2 springs onto the ports, the required resistance, and now you've got a lat pull down station. Again, you can vary the grips, go neutral, pronated, wide grip. You can go neutral, close grip, right? And train the back effectively like so. Now, I'll admit that with single handles, you get a great workout. But let's say you really want to go heavy. You probably want to use something like a bar. And this is where I like Robert's new attachment here, because you can put as many springs as you like, and now you're really starting to challenge yourself with more resistance. And this bar, for example, has enough ports to put 10 or even 15, really as many springs as you like, right? I'll just bring it up close. And it's very typical of a normal, one of these D-handled medium grip lat attachment bars. But as you can see, it's got those ports. And you can put 5, you can put 10, even 15, as many as you like. As long as you've got a large enough carabiner, you're going to be able to put some serious resistance on that thing. So, guys, let me know what you think about this. I think it's a great product and it works really well. You know, it's Robert Baraban, so what can I say? All right. Continuing, Robert Baraban's also got a D handle. He calls it the Thunder Roll D handle because it's got rotating fat grips, very much like a Thunder grip hold, but it's got ports that allow you to clamp resistance like we're going to do now. So to do, for example, V-bar pull downs, you can clamp this baby onto the springs again and perform your pull downs and work the grip at the same time. So you got all these options really with all these different handles, and I think it's just fantastic. Okay, so we have this platform that I'm going to show you, which Robert has come out with. It's a prototype, we have to admit. It's not perfect yet, he's working on it. But it of course allows you to do things like presses, from like shoulder presses, for example, and even rowing. So we're going to continue on the topic of back training. And if you step on it like so, with a couple of single handles, you've got now a bent over rowing machine. And if you want to, you can also go one arm dumbbell rows for a greater range of motion, etc. So we're going to move now into shoulder training, followed by arm training. This setup, as I said, can also be used for pressing. So the platform is also made for shoulder pressing. And if you sit on it like I'm doing right here, you can see, right? But I'm not going to be with my feet together. I want to have my feet fairly widely spaced apart, knees bent. So I've really got a strong, solid foundation. And now I can grab the handles and lock as I normally would, and in a starting position as I normally would for pressing, I'd start pressing overhead. And you can go just neutral. You can go in this pronated position and really vary your style of pressing. You can go from neutral to pronated. You can even do an Arnold press if you like, right? It's very versatile. The platform really allows you to do, as I said, rowing, bent over rowing, dumbbell rowing, overhead pressing, seated of course, and of course lat raises, right? Now here I'm going to be kind of inhibited by the safeties on my rack. But if I kneel instead, like so, this is actually a perfect height for doing lateral raises, right? And you can go alternating. There's some side lateral raises. You can go forward. You can see how versatile this is. Another exercise that can be done is, of course, upright rowing for the traps, right? Bringing the arms closer together and closer towards the body. We now get a nice upright row for the traps, upper back, and deltoids. So that's the platform. And the platform, as I said, can also be used for arm training. So I want you to see the platform actually. There it is. I haven't shown you before. Without the chair. This is just my own chair. It's very, very sturdy, made out of steel. And it's also got this port, which I'll show you in a minute, that allows you to attach your springs to. And your handles, like so, with your carabiner, right? But I find it's actually really good for seated exercises. So if I sit down, I can also do my lat raises, but we're talking arms now, right? So we can do seated arm curls, right? Like so. Supinated. We can go reverse. It really, you get a great contraction when doing chest expander work, right? You can even go for the forearms. You can even go for the forearms wrist curling. Supinated wrist curls or reverse wrist curls. Yeah, these need oiling up. I won't make you suffer anymore. But you can understand the versatile nature of having a platform now, especially when it is well sturdy built like this one is. You can just sit on it and start doing all kinds of arm work, delt work, and of course, even going back to your presses, you can do even your chest pressing from this platform. So Robert's really come out with some great prototypes that allows you to do all sorts of training. Of course, this platform will also be demonstrated later for leg work. Now, the platform itself, again, can even be used for arm training, specifically curls, right? I'll just have to bend my knees a little bit more so you can see me. I just want you to see the platform and me. But yeah, for standing curls, you don't have to just do them seated. You can do them standing. Standing is going to be great attention too. So that's standing. Supinated. You can also supinate. Start from neutral and supinate. And alternate. Simultaneous. You can go reverse. Simultaneous. Alternating. You can tell how versatile this platform really is for arm training. And finally, I want to also show you now, again, using that clamping adapter for uprights and overhead poles and things like that, how you can use that for triceps training. Okay, we're going to go back to talking about Robert Baraban's clamp that sits overhead for triceps training. Here we have a bar, which I'm going to zoom into fairly soon. And what we can do is we can perform triceps extensions when we connect the springs overhead on this clamp. Extensions, we can also perform push downs. And this short bar that Robert came up with is very, very versatile like that. If attached at the bottom, you can also, if you put the clamp, for example, on a cross member at the bottom or any attachment point, you can also use it for doing curls, right? 2-arm curls. Very, very useful. I mean, it's just really, chest expander training, all I can say is really limited to your imagination. It's that simple. Now you can also do, for example, 1-arm triceps extensions if you also like. For much more isolated approach to your arm training. Again, apologies for the squeakiness. And you can go supinated or pronated and really work the contraction on your triceps 1 arm at a time. Again, this port here that adapts and clamps is so versatile for arm training, for anything really, for pulls, for presses, and it depends on where you put it, right? Or what height you put it at. The variations are limitless and they're endless. Lastly, I want to introduce the foot stirrups. And I've talked about these in the past, but here they are, okay? And all you do is you attach, as you can see, you attach your expander with as much resistance or as little resistance as you like. You place them on the floor, and very simply, you can now perform, for example, curls again. You don't need the platform. Even the foot stirrups are very useful for any of these exercises. Curls, reverse curls. You can sit down and perform presses. You can of shoulder presses or chest presses, lateral raises. The stirrups really just all they basically do is anchor the chest expander springs towards the floor with your feet. You can even row. The point is that the versatility of these stirrups allows you to do many exercises, and it's just really up to you to try it out, to experiment. And that's what I'm trying to really demonstrate with these stirrups. They're very versatile. So one of the things that chest expanders are not necessarily well known for are for leg work. And I have to admit, that is where we start going, well, it's better to do squats with a machine or a barbell than it is with a chest expander. But if you really just have a chest expander to train with and have somewhere to anchor it on the floor, like a platform or anything else, you can actually train your legs. You can actually do squats. So if I stand on this platform and rack essentially the handles like I would for a front squat, now, excuse me if you don't see me completely, but now I can do full squats with it and increase the resistance as I see fit. Alternatively, you can also do things like deadlifts, specifically Romanian deadlifts, or straight-legged deadlifts. These kinds of variations can be performed for training the hamstring. So I find the platform a really awesome product that Robert has come out with that can be used for the chest expander. Now another use that I find even really cool for the platform is calf raises. By holding onto the handles, now you've got resistance and you're even doing calf raising. You can go single-legged if you've got the balance. Or you can go 2 legs, much easier of course. But even calf raises can be performed on this platform. So there is so much versatility with all of these prototypes that Robert has come out with. So I think I'm pretty much done with my explanation as to how to use the chest expander. And with all these new prototypes, I hope that you can appreciate how versatile chest expander training can be. It's just a walking cable system, really. It's really versatile. I really enjoy it. You know, I don't want to exaggerate, but with these attachments, you pretty much have so many variations, at least very similar to what variations you might get in a commercial gym. But although you may not have the ease of training that you would experience in a commercial gym, at least you have the movements that are quite similar to what you could find in the variety of equipment that you'd get in a commercial gym. I just want to end by saying that I do sell many chest expander courses online, GoldenEraBookworm.com, which show many different exercises, more than I've demonstrated here today. And of course, you want to head to my website to purchase the chest expander, or to Robert Baraban's to purchase the original chest expander. The more advanced version, the roll-on as well, is available. The foot stirrups, which I've demonstrated, also available. Also, please let me know what you think of all these prototypes. Which ones do you like? Which do you think are useful, and which ones would you likely not use? I also offer online coaching for those interested in learning the art of using the chest expander, as well as other Bronze Era practices like the light dumbbell system, muscle control. And so if interested, please get in touch or head to GoldenEraBookworm.com. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like, subscribe, comment. What do you think? What do you think about chest expander training? Let me know. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Head to www.goldenerabookworm.com for the biggest range of classic old school bodybuilding books as ebooks, e-magazines such as Iron Man and Reg Park Journal, high quality bodybuilding posters of the Golden Era stars, merchandise and classic gymwear featuring Steve Reeves, Marvin Eder, John Grimmick, Reg Park, and many other Golden Era stars. For those wishing to build a classic physique, lose fat and build muscle, online training is also available. Collectibles such as rare autographed photos from the Golden Era stars are also available, and to collaborate, please get in touch. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Vince Gironda's approach to bodybuilding, his principles, and all these tips of wisdom that he has, I mean, there's so much stuff that probably hasn't been proven by science, and it will take science to prove or disprove Vince. But to be honest, these 3 books, I believe, which I call the Classic Physique Bundle, are the best books that Vince ever came out with. And they, of course, are the Wild Physique, the Master Series, and the Pro Series. Have a look at it this way. The Wild Physique, I believe, is like the ABCs of Vince Gironda's principles to bodybuilding. He teaches you the exercises and his principles. But how do you put them together? Well, the Master Series is a 14-month program of using all of these principles, all of the diets that Vince came out with, all of the exercises. And of course, the Pro Series was a book that he came out with later on, specially targeted for getting into competition. It's just these 3 books, as I call it, the Classic Physique Bundle, are Vince's best work, and available, of course, at www.goldenerabookworm.com.